My name's James.
My name's Tay.
And we're here for another episode of Mostly Ramblin' Masked Rider. Oh, guys, no. We're in the midst of things, guys. You thought I was sad? No, I'm never sad. Oh, James, what about all the times you say you're so sad? Well, guess what? That was then, this is now. I'm happy, I'm medicated on that sweet ganja, baby. But not right now, because this is a very rare instance where I'm recording. This has never happened. I'm recording before I go to work. Yeah, I used to record songs that way when I worked at that ticketing place, but no. Not since then. And that was really kind of easy. Yeah, you sweat a bunch more when you record because you're screaming at the top of your lungs for Satan to come through you, not come in you. You don't need that Satan spum on you or in you. Actually, maybe on you. It might glisten. It's good for the skin, guys. But speaking of things that are good for you, it's our guest. You know him from the Speed Radio podcast. I know him as Zinny D, which is, I know, short for Zinfandel, which is a type of grape wine.
My name's Dave, everybody.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, we are sweating up a storm this early. It's ridiculous how hot it is. It should be illegal. It's
just clammy in here right now.
Yeah, I'm swimming in an ocean and there are clams all over me.
Oh man, but you can scoop those up, head back to prehistoric times, and then you're living like a rock star in Bedrock.
Yeah, and I bring back the Zinfandel that I'm drinking right now, and I'm suddenly king of the world.
Oh, damn. I don't think they had elk. Maybe if you watch the movies, especially, no, Viva Rock Vegas, for sure, they were getting wasted.
Well, getting wasted off, I don't know, probably just scraping the fungus off a rock or something.
Probably, or they fermented mammoth shit.
Yeah, this bacteria was just kind of free roaming in those days. You could just pick it off whatever you wanted.
Also, you get sick real bad. That's kind of like you're tripping balls in some situations.
Yeah, it's the final bliss you get before the kiss of death.
Ooh, a
bliss it artfully.
From a kiss. Ooh, so sweet.
Oh, how artfully said.
You know who's a real good kiss? The band Kiss.
Well, I mean, Gene Simmons, maybe not, but the rest of them are probably okay.
Yeah, probably. Gene Simmons is just full of himself.
Yeah, let me trademark a hand sign that was used for centuries before me.
Also, I don't know. He kind of has out of everyone who's full of themselves, he is Kiss, you know, he is part of that band. And yeah, you kind of can be full of yourself because you're the greatest rock band ever. Kiss.
I mean, ever, subjective, but yeah, they definitely have 70 years. I don't know how old Kiss is. Nobody my age listens to Kiss now.
Well, I was listening to Kiss yesterday at the comic book store. I just had it blaring.
The only Kiss I listen to is Making Out with My Wife.
Whoa, you have a wife?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're men up in this household.
All right, okay. Do you really have a wife?
No. I have a fiance. He's my favoriteest guy ever.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. I just can I ask, how old are you, Zinny D?
Oh, I'm only 28, dog.
Okay. 28. I thought you were 24. I was already getting spoused up?
Oh, no. Me and my parents had a very long conversation about don't get married until 25. And I said, You know what? That's the first great idea you've had since I turned 14.
Because back then they were saying don't get married until you're 15.
Yeah, you got to do it early. Get it all out there. Have children when you're 18. Who knows what'll happen? Well, I happened.
So Nicole's brother's best friend, Ben, he got married last year, and then we got announcements that they're pregnant and they're going to have a kid in, I think, November. And I've just been baffled by this because
crazy.
I've known him since he was like a 15-year-old boy. So I just still think of him as that. I'm like, huh? How's he going to be a dad?
Yeah. I love that about people when you haven't seen somebody in a long time and the last time you saw them was when they were like 12 and that's just the image you have in your head forever. Like, funny you mentioned that. I went and I visited some of my extended family in Pennsylvania last year. And I saw cousins that I haven't seen since I was also 12. So I hadn't seen any of my cousins since then. The only image I have of them is them being 12-year-olds. So I honestly, subconsciously thought, when I see them, they're going to still be 12 and like 3'6". That's not how people work.
Well, the thing about Ben is I see him more often than I see my own brother. But because he still feels a 15-year-old at heart, mind, spirit, and kind of in demeanor, I'm just like, wait, what? I guess I haven't thought of him as an adult. Even when he was getting married, I'm like, yeah, he's still just Ben.
Yeah, it's just, we still talk about tits and ass over here, but I happen to have a kid now, so hey.
Yeah, tits, ass, party. And Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay, yeah. I guess the only difference is you're no longer talking about Grand Theft Auto 4. That's the only thing that's changed in the past 10 or so years.
The great thing is, once this kid turns 1, we'll talk about Grand Theft Auto 6 to him. It just keeps going further and further.
Oh, that kid's going to be retro and say, I only play Vice City.
It's like, get with the times, nerd.
Yeah, start playing the remastered. It's better.
Remastered Grand Theft Auto 1 Super HD.
Whoa, yeah, top down. You feel like you're on a helicopter looking at the action. Zinny,
I love those games.
Speaking of video games, you do a show called Speed Radio all about this blue blur? What's the deal with him?
Yeah, it's oh man. So my fiance absolutely loves Sonic the Hedgehog. It's his favorite thing ever. It's the reason why he does the art he does. It's the reason why we're as close as we are, because I have this weird brain parasite in me that loves mediocre media so much. Like, this is off tangent, right? When you approached me to come on this, I said, oh, you know what? I'll watch an episode of this just to kind of check it out. I watched 8 episodes straight.
Yes, dude. Masked Rider rules for that reason.
I'm God's strongest soldier, because I love it. It's so, like, of the time. It's doing the kind of thing that you just saw in kids' media in the 90s. I love that. He loves Sonic, and I said, you know what? Let's turn this into content for internet people, and let's play through every single Sonic game released in chronological order, very specifically, because I also have the brain parasite where I'm like, I want to see how things start and then progress instead of just picking and choosing, which so far has been really fun, but also really dire, because these early games that aren't main games kind of suck a little bit.
Have you gotten to Spinball yet?
Yes, that is actually, at time of recording this, the next episode we're about to do. I have a real affection for it. My man hates it. My man hates it so much. But I'm like, I love his doofy little look. I love the little bonus stages you get that are real pinball, and you're knocking Robotnik's teeth out, and all the influence of the Sat AM cartoon is in there. And I love it. It oozes a charm that has gripped me, much like this show has.
Hell yeah. I think there was a friend that I had for just a little bit in elementary. I think his name was Jared. He lived maybe 4 blocks away from me where I used to live. And I would go over to his house, and he had a Sega, and he would play Sonic Spinball on a huge screen TV. So that's my remembrance of it, is just being able to see Sonic as like a thick ass ball just running around this giant screen.
Yeah, honestly, them making a pinball game out of Sonic, I'm surprised it didn't happen even sooner than that.
Yeah.
You have a guy whose whole concept is he turns into a ball. What's the most ball-centric thing there is? Pinball. At least to me.
I think it would it's a no-brainer after the second game because famously he did not have the spin dash in the first.
Very true.
Which I tell that to people. I've told that to so many people. And they're like, no, he's always had it. I was like, why doesn't anyone believe me? I'm telling the truth. And they're like, hold on. They spend 30 seconds Googling it, which is probably 15 seconds that they found the answer. Then they're spending another 15 to make sure that, hey, I can find a loophole in this to prove James wrong. But no, I'm right.
You gotta be like, well, actually, if you play the re-releases, they backport it. And it's like, yeah, well, that wasn't 1991, was it?
Yeah, if you actually connect the Sonic 1 cartridge into Sonic 3, he has it, see?
Yeah, and he turns red for some weird reason.
Oh,
and now he can kind of glide around and like climb stuff.
Yeah, and he has like a bunch of dads now.
And he's really into hardcore 90s rap.
Uh-huh. I'm referencing comic book shit. He has so many dads in that comic.
He does, man. I am so happy that I'm going to start reading those soon, just because I'm feeling the Sonic fever from doing this project.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to just dive so deep into all this Archie stuff, because I know it's going to be hilarious. It's going to spin out into something way bigger than I would have ever imagined. Like, I'm so ready for it. Put it in my veins.
It sucks that like I watched like a short documentary about Ken Penders and like the Sonic Archie stuff. But yes, he did what he had to do to like keep himself going through the era that he was writing. But I think the only shitty thing he has done, even though like, yeah, some blame can be on Archie, is that he's like so stingent. What's the word I'm looking for? So strict about his copyright of all these characters that he created that is preventing Archie or anyone to reprint those old Archie comics into collected editions.
Yeah, which fascinating you bring that up, because who was the artist for the early Archie stuff?
Ooh,
I can't recall his name right now.
I'd have to look.
But he just put out a little like limited print run of one of the big Echidna arc.
Okay.
With his own art under like a totally different name, but it is a collection of those Archie comics from like 150 to 30 issues down. That whole like Echidna War arc is now going to get a physical copy with his own unique art and changing stuff around to get around all those loopholes.
Hell yeah.
Like it's insane to see that, because I love physical copies of stuff. That's why the IDW stuff's fun, because I can go get big tomes of stuff. The Archie stuff, like, it's so expensive, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
As someone who works at a comic book store, I was lucky because I had the like Archie Digest sized Knuckles, like 2 of the volumes, and they were like in the sale section for maybe less than $5. And I was like, oh, I'm scooping these up because you go onto eBay and they're like $15 to $25 a piece.
Yeah,
so I'm like, I'm scooping
so
these.
Much. That's amazing. Like that's why I miss working in one of my first jobs when I was a teenager and I was just looking for summer work. I used to work at a thrift store at our local community.
Hell yeah.
And that was the best part about that, was finding just little things, getting random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a dildo. Somebody donated a dildo once.
Hell yeah.
It was pretty great.
Nicole, when she worked at Reckless Records, she would be the person stickering items to like check the prices, print out a sticker to price them. So she would have first pick of most things that came in. And one time just said, hey, do you want every single season of Dragon Ball? I was like, yeah, let's do it. And got this insane discount. So I think all 5 seasons of Dragon Ball maybe cost me like $30.
That's insane. That is inconceivable.
Yeah, still have them to this day. But speaking of media and speaking of my job, I do have to work. So what time is it now? All right, we're perfect. We won't even need to rush now. We are watching, I believe, let me pull it up. Will it tell me on here? Episode 14 13 of Masked Rider Saban style entitled Dance Crazy, originally released February 3rd, 1996. This can be found on YouTube or archive.org. That's where I'm watching it. There's this Florida scrub. It's a person who like upscales old media and cleans them up. They have somewhere a bunch, but I think they're like Mega Drive went down, not Sega Mega Drive, you fuckers out there. Like they're Mega. I something went wrong with that, so I think they have to re-upload. But they made this show look beautiful, so I really hope that all comes out again. Or, someone working behind the scenes. People want this on DVD.
Oh, yeah. I've only seen 8 episodes, but I would own a Blu-ray of this.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to watch all of this in 1080p. Because watching it on YouTube in 144 was not enough.
Yeah. Also, I think we're at 240 right now that we'll be watching this episode.
An upgrade. Beautiful.
But yeah, even if it was 480p, but just if you have the master tapes, just go fucking 4K on this, guys.
Oh, please. Put that Kickstarter up.
It could be even a 4K transfer, so it's 4K but down to 1080p. That's still beautiful. I'm still gonna enjoy it, and yeah, I'll work some extra hours. I'll make some beats that people want and put them at a discount just so I can buy that box set.
Oh man, I'm making a savings pool already.
Let's do it, guys. So I am going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play, and listeners at home, you can sync this up and play with me, okay? Zinny, are you ready?
I have never been more ready in my life.
All right. Ooh, starting out with a Beastie Boys quote. I think it's from Alive, their song Alive.
Oh, I thought you wouldn't catch that. My mistake, man.
All right, hell yeah. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
On the adventures of Masked Rider, the kids catch dance fever.
Yes, dude.
Oh, man. That kid got moves.
All you have to do is enter the dance contest with me.
Meanwhile, Count Dragon plans to defeat the Masked Rider with an all-new...
I love Patsy's relationship with What's-His-Nuts because, Patsy, I think, is cool.
Can he stop the enemy's evil threat?
Which one's Patsy? Because I get their names mixed up all the time in this show.
Patsy is the witchamadoo. What's her? The mean girl that likes Dex.
Oh, okay. Does she hang out with the nerd kid?
Yeah, that nerd kid who is dressed like a punk rocker. I don't understand.
Yeah, I love his design though. He's so 80s coded. It's beautiful.
But I think, especially in later episodes, Patsy starts to have just I'm just in love with Dex and I'll do anything to get his attention vibe, but also pushes down Molly and is like, oh, Molly, you suck because you're spending too much time with Dex when I could be spending time with him.
Yeah, that should be me.
I hope she ends up meeting Furbus and is like, whoa, this is your best friend? Well, I'm gonna by proxy be best friends with Furbus.
Oh, man.
So then Dex has to love me.
I hope she just tries to take Furbus's place and therefore we get a giant full-sized Furbus.
Ooh. And then it's Patsy's first Christmas. So this is an arcade from a previous episode. Playing
I don't think I've seen the arcade yet.
Playing the same exact game from that previous episode. See, she's so in love with him.
She is starstruck, man.
I'm in love with his hand-eye coordination.
I'm in love with his hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, I would be too. Look at how he handles that joystick, man.
She's like, he could totally brush my hair well.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've been trying to get Nicole to do, to brush my hair, just because I think it'd be a cute bonding thing. But I don't think she's picking up on the signals I've been sending.
I think what you gotta do, right? You gotta put on her side of the bed, you just put your hair back up with a brush on it.
Ooh.
So that way, when she wakes up, It's just like automatic.
Okay.
And best not be rude.
Oh man, I love Count Dragon so much.
Yeah, he's real cool.
He's such a Flash Gordon looking dude. Like, man,
Flash Gordon's something that, like, I've never seen. Should I watch it?
it's pretty fun. If you like this level of stuff, it's a very fun movie.
All right, hell yeah. Then that's all I needed to hear.
Robosect will be victorious.
Robosect will be notorious.
Yeah, I love this dude's, pardon my reference, I love his wheelieism of like everything has to rhyme.
Uh-huh. I believe is that Jason Narvey?
Maybe?
Which I've said it before. I have seen him in a small black box theater play, not Hamlet, Macbeth. And
Oh, wow.
it was really good.
That's awesome.
Because Corwin, who you've probably heard, I'm mostly speaking Sentai and this movie's gay, he is friends with him.
Oh, that's awesome.
In like a colleague's professional sense, like they've done theater together. And then the college course that I edit podcasts for, the professor for that class is like very good friends with that person because I think they teach at the same college.
Oh, I see.
Damn.
Oh, baby.
They know how to dance. Oh, this is when Swingers
Look at
was
him go,
big.
man.
Holy
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
Furbus.
Is this how humans?
My dude, I am a Furbus stan.
Me too.
That's my guy.
Nicole.
He's
What's up?
it's not Peter Dinklage, but it's the other short actor
Excuse me, family.
that's in his suit, right?
Okay, maybe? I don't know.
Who plays the short guy in Austin Powers?
That can't be Vern Troyer.
I believe it is Vern Troyer that
Is
plays
it?
Furbus.
Okay.
I believe so.
All I know is the Chiodo Bros did the like made Furbus, which is wild because they're the Killer Clowns from Outer Space dudes.
That's great. I mean, it makes perfect sense now that I look at it.
Yeah. Man, he does. Look at Furbus vibing out.
He's got
like,
moves, man.
he's like, oh yeah, this is the dancing from our area.
Yeah, what a groovy guy.
Funky chicken. No, I'll teach him something romantic.
Like what?
The tango. A dance of romance for hundreds of years.
Oh, you want to know why I fucking love Patsy? She acts like the acting in Troll 2.
You know what? You're so right.
Yes, that's... Wow, which is, to me, prime acting. I watched that documentary, Best Worst Film, and I started crying during the beginning because everyone was like, yeah, I can't put it on my I wouldn't put it on my resume when casting directors would be like, hey, were you in Troll 2? I'd be like, well, there goes my shot because, you know, everyone's calling it the worst movie, and I was just like crying saying, but it is the best movie. I feel so bad.
That's what sucks, because I bet at the time, I'm sure it sucked, but now that we're seeing this amazing renaissance of bad movies being appreciated, like, they would have so many jobs these days now.
Yeah.
Tango.
Like, it would be on par with, like, Felicia Rose, even though, like, she's, you know, proved herself to be a great actress. She was in Sleepaway Camp, and then, you can...
Get it.
I think Sleepaway Camp, perfect movie, 5 out of 5, but yeah, I can understand people saying, well, the acting's bad, all of this is bad, the directing's bad, whatever, but like she rose to the occasion and now she's like this horror goddess.
Yeah, man, like it's great. I always love seeing people get their start in whatever film it is.
What are you two doing here?
What are you two dweebs doing?
God, he really does look like he's straight out of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something.
Funky chicken.
He looks like the kid from, it's not Ant Bully, I think it's called Arthur. It was a 3D animated movie.
Arthur. I
Hold
gotta
on.
search my databanks on that one.
Yeah. Well, they're doing the chicken, the funky chicken.
It's pretty funky.
I think what I also love about this show is there's so much shot on location stuff of mid 90s, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, I love this school that they use for like everything, honestly. It's so like quintessential of the time. It really sets the scene for everything.
Yeah, because it's not like this is Los Angeles school. This is like a suburb of Los Angeles.
Yeah,
But
this is a school I live next to.
Yeah, like if and you see the mountains in the background. It's so.
Oh man, Hokey Pokey Master over here.
The Hokey Pokey was such a pivotal thing in my childhood. Like,
oh yeah, Hokey Pokey and Electric Slide, man.
I see. The Electric Slide wasn't until later for me, but like my sister had this album that had the Hokey Pokey on it, but it was this lady in like a green hat and like a green like suit vest on the
Awesome.
like on the cover of it, and like at the roller rink, I guess they always did the Hokey Pokey, and I think it was from that lady's version.
Oh, interesting.
Man, this school, so good.
It's pretty great. Oh my god, he does the thing.
Does the what thing?
So I think that is the actual pose from Black RX.
Okay.
Like that's the actual transformation pose that they do. He didn't do it in the episodes I saw.
Maybe like 14 episodes in, they're like, hey, maybe we should be doing what it's actually supposed to look like.
Yeah, maybe we nod towards it a little for better transitions, because it looks like the set changed randomly.
Oh, yeah. Where are the mountains at?
Yeah,
Why
we look
are
like
they
we're at
on-
some kind of
Why are they on like cobblestone?
yeah, from like a pier. Where'd the water come from?
Let me see if I can change your mind.
Yeah! Have you ever
Oh, dude, I love.
Have you ever seen any of T.J. Jansen's or Ted Jansen Roberts? T.J. Roberts, I think is his name. Have you ever seen
Cannot
any
say I
of
have.
his other movies?
I have not.
There is Nick Foster really wants me. It's just so expensive to buy on DVD, at least. Tiger Heart. It's this movie that he was in, and the only place you can find like a good rip of it online, it's the like German dub of it.
Oh, weird.
So I gotta find an inexpensive DVD copy and then just upload it online so everyone can watch.
Oh, yeah. Or like put it on one of those weird like Russian download sites
Well-
nobody seems to know how to get to.
I would put it on archive.org just so it's easy and free of.
Keep it there forever.
Yeah, and free of viruses and such.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or you want to? I'll put some viruses in it. You know, start phishing people's information.
We can have little Trojan as a treat.
Yeah, I'm the one who paid for it and uploaded it. If you want to see it, I'll do what I need to do to sell your information for a couple dollars.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be taking your social security and IP address for that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Or at least just like finding a file that you really like, not like a perverted thing, just, hey, this is where I keep all of my script ideas. I'm gonna lock it and say, if you want that back, you need to give me, I don't know, 0.00002 of a Bitcoin.
Ooh. Yeah, or my Patreon has to hit at least this much to release the files.
Oh, you want to know what? Patreon needs to get back to 150 for me to release the files. We're almost there.
Oh man, I honestly wasn't paying attention. This kid just got smoked.
Oh, yeah.
What's happened?
He got rolled in a blunt.
What's going on?
Man. Sure sounds like he got rolled. Dang.
Where's Rebel Sect Ben? Fact, fill us in.
Status support.
Fill us in.
Available.
What is the condition of Prince Dex?
Back on Earth, stunned but unhurt.
Stunned but unhurt. My life, am I right?
Me when I get up in the morning for work.
You heard
I'm always stunned, never hurt, just like me and being a bride.
Oh my god, I love that they use the same footage for the robot every time.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you know, why not? It doesn't have a mouth moving.
No, it's just hanging. Just an object in space, as we all are.
That's why I really like sometimes when Sentai footage will, like with Tak from like Time Ranger, let's say all of a sudden he has like a lay on because it's a luau episode. So then like somehow Power Rangers is like, well, if we use this stuff, we have to give a reason why he has this on.
Yeah.
Next! Whoa, they have a Nintendo 6, or not a Nintendo, they have a Super Nintendo back there.
Yeah, I don't know. Do they play anything on it?
Yes, they play video games because Dex loves video games and TV.
But he's late for his private.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, the TV thing was from episode 1. That's obvious. I didn't realize they played video games, too. That's honestly one of my favorite things about television is just putting a random video game in there. Mm-hmm. And that happens in, like, big tempo, like in House MD when he's just randomly playing Metroid Zero Mission on a Game Boy. Or in The Sopranos when they're playing Mario Kart together with his son.
Or in that 9/11 movie that Adam Sandler was in, they inputted Shadow of the Colossus to be an allegory for the attack on 9/11.
Yep. That's what that whole movie was about.
No, that's a for real, like that's real.
Oh my god, that's real. That's awesome.
It's real.
That's amazing.
It's a very good parallel between the two.
Oh, man.
Of seeing these, really like these huge giants and needing to like fell them is kind of like what happened on 9/11. This is the shit. I like him dressed up in other things.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, the goggles and the scarf. That's fantastic.
Like Nicole does those for Sticker Club. It's like animals dressed as other things. I would love her to just start dressing Furbus as other things.
Yeah, or dress other things as Furbus.
Oh, that might be a little more difficult.
Well, I mean, if you just take a Furbus hat, right? It could be like a baseball cap and his bill's the tongue.
It would be like like ones you would get at Disney for Donald Duck.
Yeah. And then you sell them for like $60 a pop and you just made your money back.
Uh-huh. Actually, that's a really good idea because I've seen they have like Goofy ones, they have Mickey Mouse, but they also have Donald Duck, but it's like fuzzy. I guess like Donald Duck mixed with an Ewok hat, and that's what you got.
Yeah, man. And you could just charge whatever you want. Mm-hmm. People go nuts for it.
Enough talk.
Your history, Master Rider.
Yeah, I love that so much.
Yeah.
It's so good. It feels like they recorded only 3 lines of reaction, and that's just what they used for the whole show. Fantastic.
I forget which 3 ninjas it is, but they just recorded like canned responses, and they were just. It might have been when they had like a digital sampler and they're like, all right, these 3 are Rocky, these 3 are Tum Tum, these 3 are Colt, and just hit them when you think they should be hit.
Yep, use wisely.
But I'm still standing. Let's see if you can stand this.
Yeah, damn.
Oh my god.
He just Falcon punched that fool.
He did, man. He just hit him with the neutral B. God. When was the last time you went to an arcade?
Oh, it was a couple years ago. It was still like, so maybe 2021 or 2022. Wait, no, it was a few months ago at the AMC when Nicole's family came over. Yeah.
Nice.
But that's like a Dave & Buster's style arcade. The last time I went to a proper arcade was at Galloping Ghost. It was probably 2021. but that place it's free play all day. You just pay $20 something around there, and they have, I think now, the Guinness Book of World Records for most arcade cabinets in one location. I think they're around.
That's awesome.
I think they're around 900 now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like,
so it's like almost a part museum as it is a playable arcade.
So much so that they will find prototypes, like games that are finished, but just one cabinet was made, and they will buy those, and through 3D printing, they will print up new parts if needed, and then put them out. Like, there's a Beavis and Butthead arcade game that was never released that they're like, oh yeah, we have it, and it's now there. It is the loudest thing in that entire place, and it is in an arcade that is just jam-packed full of stuff. But
just full of noise.
When that is on, because it's like metal music playing, and Beavis and Butthead just going, yeah. Yo, that's a very good.
I've never seen Beavis and Butthead, but they're in there forever.
What?
I need to. I really should.
It's really good.
That's from the era of cartoons that I really like, man. I really should put the time in and give it a spin.
Yeah, I would say start with like season 2 episodes, because season 1's a little rough, but
yeah, is it like a Simpsons thing where like they're watchable but they hadn't quite found their feet yet?
I would say like, yeah, but instead of taking like 2 seasons, I think with Simpsons, I think it really gets going on season 3 for Simpsons. Beavis and Butthead, I think mainly was a budgetary thing. The first season they had nothing, and then season 2 they're like, oh, we're a cultural icon.
I'm really worried about Dex.
Yeah, where is Dex?
Dude, he's still going. And I
this
love
a
this dude in the back in his
two-parter?
vest.
I'm afraid, like, is Dex gonna show up? Is this a 2-part? Is that Molly?
I don't know.
No, that's not Molly.
I mean, he beat the thing.
Is this Dave Mustaine as the MC?
I was about to say, are we about to get Megadeth on the floor right now?
Uh-huh. Whoa! Still let her dance. He's so nice to her.
My tango dress is ruined.
It's fine.
But you know what she can do?
Are you all right?
Everything's
What? Do the twist, because that's kind of like a lemon twist in there?
Because she's all punched up.
Can't dance like this.
Yes, you can.
Man, quitter talk.
Whoa.
Did he say buggy?
No, he wants you to dance in the contest.
Come on.
Oh, because he loves bugs.
Yeah, I do love that he loves bugs. Like, I love... Not enough media is positive towards bugs, man.
Dang, this is...
Oh my god, she's breaking it down, dude.
They are fucking... this is too good for this show.
This is actually incredibly choreographed.
And, like, she knows how to... both of them know... I guess, like, as a martial artist, you probably are... You can pick up choreography pretty easily, but... He, like, his face and everything. Holy shit,
yeah,
dude.
Look at him hit it, man. He hit the Michael Jackson and everything.
Uh-huh. At the comic book store, we have just we must have had this thing for like 10 years. It's a Michael Jackson, like, pop figure thing. And someone I heard like, whoa, Michael. It was like a bunch of Gen Zs. They were like, oh man, maybe should we get this? And I almost said like, if you buy that, I'll give it to you for 30% off. I want it out of here.
Take it. Take this cursed idol out of here, please. I don't want it anymore.
This was a really fun episode. I think, besides like the battling stuff, a perfect episode, but all the other stuff, the battling stuff, get it out of here. Like, I wish this were just slice of life.
Yeah, it really does, and I noticed that when I was first watching it, it feels like the show was written to just be a pretty regular teen drama, like what you would get later on, especially in like the Disney XD era. Just a really solid teen drama with some silly stuff happens, but this guy also happens to be an alien.
Yeah.
To that point, he has all those powers with that gem on his forehead before he even breaks out the suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it almost feels superfluous to be throwing in this stuff, but I get it. Like, they had the license to it. They made a deal. We got to put it in here somehow.
Yeah. I would love to see Phil of the future, but in the 90s. Or
Yeah.
Or I would like to see the Babysitters Club, but more like mid-90s. I love the Babysitters Club TV show rules. But
I've heard nothing but good things.
I really need to find a TV show on this caliber that it's just a slice of life. I don't need any fighting action stuff. So, hey, if anyone listening knows of just a wildly weird, wacky, bad, so bad that it's good TV show directed towards children, or I guess like tweens and teenagers from the 90s, please let me know.
Oh, please let me know too. Like, man, throw that in my inbox.
Uh-huh. Oh boy. Fingers crossed someone comes through with some goodness. Because the Babysitters Club is so good because it's so good that I want to live in that world. Like, they have just such a beautiful community. And that TV show is house porn, especially for millennials, because you see that and you're like, wow, all these children have huge ass beautiful homes. And it's not like they're mansions. They're just like, maybe like turn of the century style homes, but because it's like the 90s and they're living in Connecticut, the houses aren't that expensive. So it's just, I love that show. And this is also a show that I would love to just live in. I could be a teacher at that school.
Yeah, man. Everybody seems like there's great community in there. I mean, if the principal is literally teaching students how to do the hokey pokey, why wouldn't you want to be a part of that?
I could be working at the comic book store on Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah.
You just see me running around and people are like, who's that? And they're like, that's our employee. He does more work than we ask of him to do. He is running on his own accord. We do not make him do that.
Yeah, he's just buzzing around like the best of them.
They see me with like a Taco Bell burrito in my mouth as I'm running around, or like a protein bar hanging out, and they're like, hey, weren't you supposed to take lunch? And I go, I'm taking my lunch right now.
Yeah, man, I'm slurping it up. I'd just be boofing.
Boofing?
The most efficient way of getting your nutrients in.
Is that where it goes through the butt?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Okay.
I don't have to use my mouth. I can still talk to people while I'm just slurping up that 5-alarm burrito right up in there.
A boofing, I believe, is just for taking drugs. This is not for eating, guys.
Well, I mean, words exist to be changed.
Oh, yo, that's beautiful. That's poetry.
Much like my boofrito that I'm eating right now.
Whoa, dude, that's so rules. You've heard of that.
Be the change you want to see in the world, people.
You've heard that so Raven. This is that so rules.
Yeah, man.
Guys, don't boof food, just drugs, okay?
Yeah, please. Preferably only liquid drugs, all right?
When, who's the lady from Stevie Nicks, when her nose started like caving in because of doing so much cocaine through there, she started boofing it.
Yeah, man. You got to put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Better in your butt than in your veins, okay?
Yeah, man. Or better on your teeth. Take care of your teeth.
Yeah, do whatever. Put a little fluoride? Yeah, fluoride in your drugs. Rub it on your teeth. Guess what? You're self-caring, self-caring.
Yeah. Now it's just a new cleaning measure. Like I said, be the change you want to see in the world.
Aw, yeah. Well, we got to start wrapping up. Zinny D, let people know yet again about this podcast you have.
Yes. Me and my fiance have started a beautiful, beautiful podcast project called Speed Radio. It is a Sonic the Hedgehog retrospective podcast where we play through every single Sonic game in release order. As of right now, we're about 5 episodes deep, with our next episode in development talking about Sonic Spinball very soon. You can find it wherever podcasts are found. You can go straight to speedradio.fireside.fm if you prefer to download them directly. That's about all I got.
And is this a weekly show, bi-weekly?
We go bi-weekly because we're 2 very busy individuals.
And you're playing full-ass games.
We are playing big chunky ones soon. Right now, it's nice and breezy, easy 6-hour games. I'm dreading when we get to the 3D stuff and it takes us like a month to play anything.
Oh, yeah. Have you played Sonic 3D Blast yet?
I haven't talked about it on the podcast yet. That is the first Sonic game I ever played, and I adore that game.
See, I adored it because it, I think, was the only Sonic game that was available for PC at the time, and I only had a PC. That's how my dad had it. Yeah, exactly. So I have fondness for it. I don't think I beat a single level for it, though.
It is hard for a child to comprehend what's going on in that game, but man, my heart goes out to it. I love it. I love its soundtrack. It's so quintessentially late 90s. Mm-hmm. We've almost figured out 3D and we want to do something weird. And I love weird.
I know Sonic 3D Blast the story because not so long ago I had the comic book adaptation of it.
Oh, no way.
Which I should have saved because, so we got in a bunch of Sonic Archie comics a few months ago. It's probably like 4 or 5 months ago now. But one of them, a lot of them were like, oh, $20, $15, like in that range. Then I get to one issue and it goes for like 200. And it blew my mind because it is the Sonic Adventures 2 adaptation. And it's like those usually adaptations of movies or video games, those are the dirt cheapest of dirt cheap comics. But for some weird reason, this one goes for 2, maybe because people love Sonic Adventure 2 and love Archie Sonic. So it could just be like an accumulative firestorm.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see it because I think Adventure 2 is definitely when Sonic started getting into the right, this is going to sound weird, but the right children, like the right kids to start growing up and loving it to this day.
Yeah.
And that's why we're still getting them. That's why Frontiers is out. That's why Superstars is out.
Because people love that Sonic boy.
We do love our 5 out of 10 blue boy.
Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Hey, if you're not on patreon.com/MLM pod, for $5 a month, this month specifically, you could be listening to 4 episodes of nothing but the citizens of Townsville Z as a part of our Pride in July series, where I'm getting a bunch of my queer friends on to discuss that freaky show called Powerpuff Girls Z. We had PJ from The Rewind on. Then the boys, Derek and Doug from Walloping Web Snappers podcast. Then our friend Mars. And finally, it was my manager Z and then Nicole's old manager Z, which we were also joined by Nicole. So it's been a great time. Super funny episodes nonstop. It's been a great time. That's $5 a month. Every single Friday, you get exclusive content. Woo-hoo! And $10 patrons, if you're feeling so bold, get monthly exclusive content in the form of straight to Patreon. I believe we're either doing Bound, which it be part of our summer mockbuster series. Bound is a Charisma Carpenter starring 50 Shades of Grey mockbuster, or we're going to do Atlantic Rim in favor of, or not in favor, in celebration of us doing Pacific Rim for Kaiju Lycon this year. I'm still debating it. I'll ask people. I guess it's dependent on what the guest wants to watch and not what I want to watch. I feel like Bound's going to be a more enjoyable time. Who knows? But $10 patrons also get their names shouted out on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jakis, Steve Barnes, A Sweet Child of Time, and Intro Void. And we're doing Time Bandits soon. And news is we're getting stars of that TV show on our podcast. It's wild. Shouts out to Steve Barnes. He's doing good job getting podcasts promoted. My mother, Lil Corey's BFF and now former roommate Shane, that fed, twitch.tv/CoreWinning, it's Corwin, and from the Rom Complex as well as Formulaica podcast and script writing, it's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2, and finally, our guest today, it's Zinny D from the Speed Radio podcast.
That's me.
And I've been James.
And I've been Tay.
And we've been mostly Ramblin' Masked Rider. Bye-bye.
See ya.
This has been a Marshland Media production. Produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Oh, yeah.